Hi guys, I'm Aistis, and today I want to share with you my hobby. I want to share with you my kitchen experience, or more, my kitchen experiment. I want to talk about buckwheat. Yes, I know, this is one of those ingredients that many people just bought for the first time probably in their lives. Because of this situation in the world. I personally love buckwheat, and I was eating buckwheat since childhood. Now I'm eating buckwheat every week, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times. I love them because they are very healthy. They have a lot of proteins as plant-based material. They also have a lot of vitamins, minerals, and all other good stuff that you can put into your body. That's why I love them a lot, and that's why I believe you should love them more. All of that made me think, what can I make from a buckwheat? Because usually I eat them quite simple. I have 3 recipes what I spin every time, every week, and that's how I eat buckwheat. But all the situation, all this buckwheat mania, or how to say, like, when people bought more of them, made me think and come up with some really nice ideas. And I was thinking, I want to prepare buckwheat in a different way. I want to prepare buckwheat in some interesting way. And I was thinking, and what I came up, that I want to make buckwheat recipes based on countries. And what I have in mind is that I want to make buckwheat specifically for one or another or third, or actually many countries. I will take a country and I will make buckwheat as a main ingredient for that country. I will use traditional ingredients, traditional spices of that country to make this buckwheat really feel the country inside your plate. And today, my first 3 experiments, and I will make first 3 countries, first 3 recipes of buckwheat based on 3 countries. Those countries will be Italy, China, and Mexico. I chose these countries, Italy and China, I chose because these countries had a lot of problem with situation in the world where we started, so I want to give this tribute to them and make a good recipe about buckwheat for them, or maybe for all the people to enjoy based on that country food traditions. And Mexico I chose because I live in Miami in the United States. Mexico is really close, and Mexican food is the most favorite my food ever. And later in other videos I'll try to explore some more kitchens of the world and make buckwheat based on those countries. First thing what we have to do is to boil a buckwheat, and I'll show you my way of boiling buckwheat. I made a lot of experiments, a lot of tries through my life, and I believe that this method is really the best. Come closer. It's how I boil buckwheat. In Lithuania it's no problem to buy buckwheat everywhere in the shops, or it was before the situation, but in general it's no problem. In America I found it a little bit more difficult to buy buckwheat because it's very expensive, or you just can't find in the shop. I ordered them online, I ordered them on Amazon. Actually the package is Russian, doesn't matter, it's still buckwheat in there. And I use Amazon to buy buckwheat. I was never thinking about that in my life. I will do that, but it's the best way here. But I'm taking 2 parts of buckwheat and 1 part of quinoa. This quinoa is made of 3 different quinoa, or brown, black, and white quinoa. Quinoa is very healthy superfood, it's very good for your body. And why I mix it with the buckwheat is because I don't like quinoa to eat just a quinoa. So I want to put it somewhere, and when I put it in buckwheat, it really makes a very nice balance and a very good taste. And you get a lot of good and great elements from buckwheat and also from quinoa. 1 part, or even a little bit less than 1 part of quinoa. Put everything in the pot. I put 2 times more water than I put buckwheat and quinoa together. 1 part of these 2 amazing ingredients and 2 parts of water. Put everything on the stove, turn the heat on, and now I wait. I wait until all the water is gone or gets into the grains. It will take around 15 minutes. I put it on, I leave it open just because I can watch, because when it starts to boil, it starts to get out of the pot and I don't want that. And if I will close, I won't notice that. So I'm leaving it like that, and in 15 minutes our porridge is done. Our buckwheat is boiled and nicely done, and now we are going to start make our country recipes. Italy is our first recipe. As I told, I want to give a tribute to the countries that had the most damage from the coronavirus, so I want to make buckwheat based on their country's food traditions. I made some research. What's traditional Italian food? Of course, it depends on the regions, it depends on some other things. I tried to make it simple, as it's not so easy to get all the ingredients these days. And I chose one of the traditional Italian ingredient set, porcini mushroom. I took dried one. It's tomatoes, of course, olive oil, mozzarella and Parmesan cheese. I'm using vegan because all of these recipes are vegan. Vegans can do everything here step by step, as I told, and you will have a beautiful vegan meal. If you don't want to make it vegan, but I really encourage you to try, so you just change cheese for regular cheese or pesto for regular pesto, because I'm also using vegan pesto. Our buckwheat is ready. I'm turning on a pan. I'll be cooking everything what I have here. I'll cut some tomatoes, I'll cut some porcini mushrooms, and of course I forgot, it's a basil. Basil is, for me, it's very common Italian herb and spice, and I almost forgot, wine. Wine is not for cooking, wine is to besides the buckwheat. And if you are eating buckwheat for the brunch, so probably more Italian thing is to make a mimosa. And if you're eating buckwheat for the dinner, so it's definitely wine. And Primitivo is my favorite Italian wine. Pan is hot, some olive oil, or maybe a little bit more. Let's make it hot again. It's done. We just cooked all the ingredients. Now we will mix everything together and we will have a very, very beautiful Italian buckwheat recipe. As I mentioned before, mozzarella and Parmesan cheese and pesto. Italian buckwheat recipe. It's already falling apart. I guess I needed something more to glue it, but it's my first try to make food like that. To make really good looking buckwheat, really expensive and luxury restaurant buckwheat recipe in Italy, in Rome. Try it at home, guys, and I believe you will love it. You will love buckwheat. You will see it through a different angle. And now we move on to the next recipe. Wow, you should really try it and you will be amazed what an amazing recipe it is. Cheers, bon appetit, enjoy your food, love your food, eat healthy and love life. And second, our recipe today is Chinese version of buckwheat. Actually, my experiment, my interpretation on buckwheat, having in mind to make it on Chinese food tradition. I made some research and find out that actually there's a lot of ingredients in China, and a lot of those ingredients you can use, but I can't use everything, so I chose some more traditional, or what I found more traditional, because there's a lot of regions that use a little bit different ingredients. So today my choice is shiitake mushroom, tofu, ginger, soy sauce, oyster sauce, and Chinese 5-spice traditional spicing for cooking. And for garnishing and some taste, some green onions. Actually, they use more scallions than onions, but I couldn't find scallions in the shops because these times you can't find everything so easy. Still find a lot of stuff. And we will prepare a nice buckwheat based on Chinese tradition. I'll be using my home pan, the same I use for Italian cooking. I would like to use a deep one, a Chinese cooking pan, but I don't have it at home. Today I'm trying to do everything as close as possible, but in the future I will be making everything even much more authentic. Let's preheat our pan. Didn't mention before, I guess. Tofu is also a very traditional thing in China. I'll be using some of tofu. The only non-vegan ingredient is oyster sauce here, because I didn't find mushroom oyster sauce, because it's also possible to make everything what I do here totally vegan, because it's tofu, mushroom and other things, but everything is vegan. I'll be cooking everything with no oil. I'll be cooking everything using soy sauce and oyster sauce only. It's preheated. Some soy sauce. That's, I guess, where the deep Chinese pan would help me. Now it's a little bit challenging, but we will do it. I was cooking on soy sauce many things before. Tofu and 5 spices. I'll put some water. At the time we're still finishing the cook, I will cut some scallions. And for the finishing, we will put buckwheat inside everything. We will mix and we will taste. And done. Now we need to serve everything nicely. Garnish. Here you go. Chinese version of buckwheat. Very intensive Chinese taste. I really like it. You can feel China inside your plate. And it's fantastic because it's the buckwheat. Y receta número 3 es mexicana. It's because la comida mexicana es mi favorita. That's why I chose Mexico to be my third country to explore in food journey. Today I will make you a Mexican version of buckwheat. Let's explore some ingredients first. Here I chose most common Mexican ingredients. There is also a lot of and different regions, and there's a lot of things to explore, but I chose the most traditional ones that I found on the internet. And it's beans, corn, cilantro as a spice, oregano as a spice as well, avocado, tomato, chili pepper. It's like a lot of different peppers in Mexico, so I chose chili one, lime, onion, some salt, pepper, and avocado and sunflower oil. Actually, Mexican traditional oil is lard, so it comes from the pigs, but as we're making vegan version and as I definitely don't want lard in my food, so I'll be using this avocado and sunflower oil. At first we are going to make salsa. Salsa, what we're going to use besides butter. We will need onion, tomato, lime, some salt, some pepper and cilantro. Cut everything in very small pieces. My eyes are crying because of the onion. Okay, we put cilantro onion and tomato cut in very small pieces. Now a little bit black pepper, a little bit more. It's my version and I love black pepper, and salt. And of course we put half lime juice. It's a big lime, so it's like one regular size. Our salsa is ready. Now we are going to prepare the food, and of course we are going to use tortilla as a bread. How we will serve our buckwheat. This is it's not raw, but I like to warm it up and heat it up a little bit so it becomes much tastier. I'm having 2 pans now. One for this amazing round tortilla and another for cooking everything. We'll cut some chili pepper. We will start to prepare everything now. Let's preheat the pan. Oh, actually both of them, because beans are already boiled, corns are already boiled, so we need just to heat everything and mix everything and blend together. At that time I will peel avocado. Many people don't know how to take the bone, the big seed from the avocado effectively. So how I do, I'm always cutting it in half. Sometimes it takes off very easy, sometimes like now it's a little bit more difficult. And now what I do, I hold it tight and I try to hit in the middle. Usually I succeed. And now I keep the avocado gently and turn the bone and take it out. Up, very easy. The pan is hot enough, or maybe a couple more seconds.
A few moments later.
Yes, it's hot enough now. At first I'm putting chili pepper because, as I said, beans are already cooked, corns as well. Now corns and beans. Now I'm putting buckwheat inside the pan to cook and blend everything together. And I'm putting some cilantro and oregano. And some salt, because I didn't put salt when I was boiling buckwheat. Putting tortilla on the pan to warm up. Our tortilla is ready. And now we are going to serve our Mexican buckwheat. Tortilla, salsa, some cilantro, fresh one, not cooked, and avocado. Our Mexican buckwheat is ready. Enjoy! Salud! Real Mexico in my plate. Guys, if you like this video, so please subscribe my channel. It really helps me a lot. And write in the comments which country would you like to taste first. Italy, China or Mexico. Also comment which country would you like me to explore further in my further videos. And also stay home, stay safe. Let's go over this virus all together and let's celebrate life. Thank you and see you in next videos.